On today's episode of Anime Afterthought, welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, Season 2, Episode 19, Clara's House. Well, they did it. They finally fucking did it. And it only took 2 seasons, 42 episodes for this series to achieve perfection. Yes, without a doubt, beyond argument, this is the best episode of the series so far. Why don't we go ahead and give that little checklist a run through, shall we? Clara-centric episode? Check. Annoyingly catchy sing-along where I don't understand half of what they're saying? Check. The Valak clan in full attendance, including Mami, Kanchi, Kibo, Sensen, Ran, and Urara, who's away at school. Check. And the return of the positive rivalry between Clara and Asmodeus, vying for Iruma's affection while satiating his hunger, while the latter is making great strides in his overall character progression. Check. Yo, I'm not gonna fucking lie, that last line literally took me about 30 minutes to fucking record. I got fat jowls. Okay, I concede. Calling this absolute perfection is a hyperbole, but honestly, this is one of my favorite episodes of the series so far. You guys know that I am a huge Clara fan. Just her naive innocence brings a warmth to the overall series, and it really shows in today's episode. I mean, the final scene alone is just the perfect embodiment of the relationship between these 3 characters. That in the netherworld, where no demon has the concept of, these 3 truly are best of friends. And honestly, you just gotta love that. I mean, it's so fucking pure. Like I said, some amazing things went down in this episode. I love that what Saburo said really stuck with Asmodeus, and instead of using this opportunity to look good in Iruma's eyes, the realization that he cannot defeat this monstrosity of living groceries, the decision to turn tail and run. Like I said, it's easy to die for Iruma. What would be the real challenge is to live for him. This is just his first step in his journey of self-improvement. Of course, in the end, he's still gonna be an Iruma fanboy. On the topic of great character interactions, we have to talk about Clara and Asmodeus. And this episode kind of acts as a part 2 to the season 1 finale, where those 2 were vying for Iruma's affection, trying to cheer him up by means of a cooking competition. Once again, we see that rivalry in today's episode. And like I said, it's easy to make a negative rivalry, but I love the positive ones. And Clara and Az really do have that down to a T. I mean, using the competition as sort of a motivation, but in the end, desire the same goal, which is to make Iruma happy. So let's talk about the Valaks. They are quite unique, given their tendencies to have identical personalities as well as faces. By the way, I'm glad Az pointed that out in today's episode. Like, am I the only one seeing this shit? Like, I mean, it really makes one wonder what the father looks like. Speaking of father, I'm really glad this episode took the opportunity to expand upon their backstory. While we were given a glimpse of Urara thanks to Caligo's home visit, there was still one missing member of the Valak household, i.e. their father. It was interesting discovering the fact that he was actually an adventurer, and a majority of the items furnishing the Valak household were actually from his travels. But then I thought to myself, this could lead us down a very interesting narrative route. Is this a case of being merely busy with work, or are we dealing with an absentee father? A possible hint could lie with Urara, given that he is a anomaly born to the Valak family every so often. I wonder if the father is of the same disposition, which could attribute to him not being at home. But as far as this household goes, we know who the head is. We know who wears the pants in this family. Mama got strength. I mean, did you see her one-hit KO that freak of food monstrosity? My God. Ain't gonna lie though, a cherry on top of the cherry on top of this sundae of perfection would have been a boost, significant boost in animation in that one scene. That cut alone, give me One Punch Man season 1 level animation right there. It would have been fucking amazing. It would have solidified this as a god tier episode, honestly. But nonetheless, I absolutely loved everything about this. I love the kooky, crazy forest that this family lives in. It is just perfectly suited for them. Oh my God, their welcome home chant, and it even takes it to the next fucking level. They're chanting it in English. Like, that threw me the fuck off. The song was fucking ridiculous. I didn't understand half of it. I mean, they are literally living in the middle of God knows where, but they are so fucking happy together. I love that. I absolutely love that. You just feel the emotions gushing out, the warmth that just exudes from this family, especially wrapping it up with that final scene where Mom's laying down with the other kids, and Clara is playing mother to Asmodeus and Iruma, and Iruma's like entranced. I don't know if this is some kind of ability or is it just her presence alone. It's literally melting the stresses of Walter Park away, and how quick they are to fall in suit the next day where it's time to go breakfast hunting, shopping as they call it. I mean, even Asmodeus is geared up. But I know this series demands balance. For every one Clara episode, we must get an Amory one. So much to my shock and surprise, we are already getting that promised date. Yes, the next episode looks like they're going to a water park. Really makes me wonder how many blushies we're gonna see in next week's episode. Anyways, with all that being said and more Iruma-kun next week, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.